Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And thank you. I didn't want to do this video. I had no interest in doing this video. And you know, the funny thing is that I'm wearing I'm wearing an old AMP t-shirt and about to bash your chain. That should tell you something right there. So look, Crazy Scott is in the house. And again, I'm doing this by request. I got hit up and I've gotten a lot of emails and stuff saying, hey, why don't you talk about Sifchain anymore? So it's Sunday. What the hell? Let's have some fun. But look, Crazy Scott is in the house and I'm going to make you the best deal in crypto and I'm going to make it to you, anybody right this second. I will sell you as listed right here. I will sell you that $48,718 worth of Sifchain. I will sell it to you right this minute, or the very second it unstakes for $12,000. I will sell it to you for $12,000. You could pay me in USDC, Atom, any token but any token but Sifchain, any Cosmos token, and you could have that number right there as listed for $12,000 even, and you can keep whatever the change is. And I think that's a great deal. Crazy Scott in the house. Let's make some magic. But before you get too nuts, let's explore something a little bit. So the 90-day proposal is in effect. It ain't gonna work. This is dead. All right, this is a dead project. It didn't work. Somehow, over the lifespan of this thing, it turns out that academic pedigree will trump reality. And it will for a time, but eventually reality will always catch up. An economy cannot be managed. You can't put a saddle on it and some stirrups and get up there and ride it and have it go wherever you want just because you believe you can. It's not true. It is an untamed beast, but it will always defer to the side of reality. So let's talk about the offer that I'm making you, which is a great offer, by the way, Crazy Scott. Let's do this. So dynamic swap fees, I don't know, man. Everything on this chain comes up and goes down so damn often. It's hard to tell what's actually real moment to moment. But let's go ahead and entertain this one right now. So the dynamic swap fees this is how they took care of the arbitrage bots. So they put in DLP, PLD, lots of other acronyms, lots of fun ways to make 1 + 1 = 3, and they had a ball. And mostly because it's not their money. So when it's your money, hey, let's experiment. When it's my money, whoa. But clearly, this is not their money. This is your money. So why not have some fun with it? So the DLP, PLD, all that came in, and the arbitrage bots just went nuts. So it wasn't that the math was bad. It's that the arbitrage bots, it was those damn bots that just took it out. So they have realistically, kind of fixed it with the dynamic trade. Now we're not getting into the community tax yet. We'll get into that in a second, but they kind of did take care of the bot issue. Because as you see here, one Rowan, which is valued at 0.008 right here on Sifchain, when all is said and done and the dynamic swap fees are applied, you actually get .002166. My God, how can they do that? They're robbing us. But are they? That's kind of the funny thing. Are they? Because if you were to swap that same Rowan, that same single Rowan right over here on Osmosis, which is probably where the realistic price is, not probably, where the realistic price actually is, you can see that they're in the ballpark. So over here you get .00209, and right here you will get .002166. So I want to say that they're in the ballpark. So the reason that it fixed the arbitrage bots is because they just made the price real over here. That's what a Rowan is worth, period. Doesn't matter where you try to sell it, that's what it is worth. And the market decides that. The market decides that. So, yeah, that problem has been kind of addressed. Now, I don't think you're really going to, it's not really going to hurt you even trading the Rowan here, even at the 80% dynamic swap fee, because you're getting what it's worth. Welcome to 1 + 1 = 2. Funny how that works. I haven't tried it with any other tokens. I don't dare put anything up here, but if it's hitting that universally, which I believe it might be, that's where you get screwed. All right, that's where you're going to get just absolutely, raised to the ground. So I wouldn't try anything like this with anything but Rowan. But if you do happen to swap Rowan here on this, over here on Sifchain, if they happen to turn it on and they happen to let you do it again. I love that feature, by the way. The feature being that we'll decide when you can trade, how much you can trade. I think that's great. But yeah, I mean, if you happen to swap your Rowan over here, you're getting what it's worth. That's it. That is what it's worth. So if you were to swap that for USDC or any other token over here, you're going to get approximately 75 to 80% less than what Sifchain is saying, because that's what it's worth. Period. And even Sifcore seem to realize that 1 + 1 does in fact equal 2. Now, they're kind of took it a little a step further. Part of the 90-day plan is that you have to fund development. So I'm not sure they understand what bootstrapping is. So bootstrapping is when you put up your own money to develop a project. That's bootstrapping. That's your money. Because I assure you, when it's your money, 1 + 1 equals 2 always. And suddenly decimal places matter. That's bootstrapping. Now, they're going a different way. They want to, I don't know how they sold this to Otter, but they did. I feel bad. Otter, look, man, I feel terrible, dude. It's time for this, dude. Just walk away. But they need to continue to fund development, so they're taxing all the validators, and that's everybody who's staking at 80%. They're taxing you at 80%. That means what you were getting, you're getting 80% less of it. So right now, I think it's about 90-ish staking percentage, but you're only going to get about 10% of that. So not only is it a bad token, but now you're not even getting a good staking percentage. So at what point do you say enough's enough? I'm not going to get into the PLD and DLP and all these other silly things that they've come up with, because they were just absolutely bombs. I mean, these things were tragically bad. And part of the 90-day plan is that not only are they going to keep them in place for 10 days, but they're going to jack them up. So they're going to go 10 and 0-ish to make sure that whatever they can harvest out of those pools, they're going to, because this is what's happening. All right. Nobody even argues this anymore. I mean, nobody even steps, well, maybe, we don't even entertain that this might be somewhat realistic. Now everybody's just kind of accepting the fact that you're stuck, your money's locked, but man, it's a psychological experiment right now. So anybody who's familiar with their Plato, the Republic, and has read The Allegory of the Cave, anybody who stepped out of that cave has a real good idea what's going on here. And anybody who's still locked in the cave just has no idea, man. They're looking at the shadows on the wall. They're assigning their own reality to them, and they do, in fact, believe, because they're told that 1 + 1 equals 3. But it's not the case, guys. So I'm going to fall back to my original offer here. I will take $12,000 for the 6+ million Rowan that I have. You can have all of them. All of them. Look, time date stamped. It's on video. It's out there. Probably admissible in court. I give you 12 grand. You can have the Rowan right now. And we're done with it. This was not fun. The last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months have just been an exercise in frustration. But it has been a really, really neat psychological experiment about how you can pull the wool over so many people's eyes and really, really keep this going. I got nothing else on this one, guys. I'm not gonna, even by request, I'm all done talking about this. It was fun. I've moved on. I'm doing lots of other good projects that I'm in, lots of other good ways that we're earning, and I'm just gonna kind of stick to that and let this go. But I don't want to. Not really a parting shot. You asked for it. You asked for the video, and here it is. But I guess my big takeaway on this is that if you are able to sell Rowan over on Sifchain, you're getting what it's worth. I mean, that's it. There's no real math. There's no real funny math going on here. You are getting what it's worth. So keep that in mind, I guess, going forward. Don't worry. Margin, deep margin's going to save it. Everything's going to be cool. They're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I'm sure it's all going to be well. I'm supposed to end videos positively. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, guys. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. It's just a fun Sunday video for me, man. I got stuck on this thing so bad. I've recovered, but wow, man, that was It's a good lesson for Scott. I don't blame them. I blame me. I should have known better. Anyway, that's all we got, guys. Scott at podcast.com. Questions, comments, or concerns. And until next time, it will be a Sifchain video. Please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.